and welcome to this is the Easter gift part 2. So this is a relaxation breathing yoga class. So basically make sure that before you start you've got some pillows. If you've got a bolster would be great, cushions, maybe a blanket as well if you're feeling chilly. And when you've got the props and things that you need, I'd like you to bring yourself down to the mat. So we're starting as we did in the first Easter gift session. So this is lying on your back and getting yourself as comfortable as possible in this pose. So you may want a cushion under your head. Don't put it under your shoulders, make sure it's under the head so the shoulders can nuzzle into the ground beneath you. And then the soles of your feet down on the mat. If you want to play any nice music, put some nice music on. Any tunes that help you relax would be probably a good idea. And then from there, we're just going to place our hands onto our abdomen and close our eyes. And from here, we're just going to check in. As we breathe in, we're going to encourage the abdominal area to rise, but also the lungs, rib cage to expand. And then when we're ready, we've reached the peak of that inhale, we're just going to exhale slowly, allowing the belly to lower and the lung space to just empty. And again, when we feel that breath left the body, we're going to repeat that next inhale. And we're just going to find a rhythm, a length of time that works for us. Just gently inhaling and then exhaling. Allowing the shoulders to sink into the back of the mat. The back to sink into the mat. The jaw to relax. The facial muscles to soften. The soles of the feet to anchor down. And just calmly breathing through the chaos of the 3 males that live in this house with me. This is what I'd recommend. Just putting some music on, or just learning to breathe through these, I like to say challenging, but it's not really challenging, just distractions. So we're just checking in with our breath, our natural breath as well. And that's why we need to take our time, so we can start to let it settle into its own rhythm. Every inhale, we're filling up, bringing that oxygen into the body to nourish the cells. And then every exhale, we're releasing, letting go, allowing things to soften, the thoughts to soften, the sensations in the body to soften. We just continue to focus on these patterns that are occurring. And then from there, when you're ready, just take the arms out wide. And just again, make sure those shoulders are firmly in the ground. And then we're just going to do some gentle head rolls. When we exhale, we're going to take our left ear down towards the floor. And then inhale to come back up. And then exhale that right ear. So again, if you can, just close the eyes. Let the palms be open. The fingers naturally tend to curl in, so just let them curl in. And focus and let the breath dictate the speed. So wait for that full inhale to happen. Expansion. And then slowly exhale, releasing down. Again, don't rush it. Maybe you can sink a little deeper. And just allow this inhale, exhale cycle. Just gently moving in the neck from side to side. Just a couple more. And if you haven't got any music on, you can listen to the sound of your breath, the rhythm that your breath makes. We can also listen to this as well with the music on. Now this time we're going to continue with the head rolls, neck rolls, but we're going to bring our hands or fingers to the hinges of our jaw joint. And we're going to go from side to side. And as we do, we're going to yawn or just open the mouth wide, stretch out the jaw, and just go from side to side. Sort of feeling, if you just naturally yawn, it makes me yawn every time. Then just allow yourself to yawn, feeling this jaw. And then if anywhere feels particularly tight or tense, you could rub your fingers there or gently tap. And again, nice and slow, that inhale bringing you up, and that exhale, maybe a big yawn exhale, taking you down. Just exploring that jaw with the breath. How does the jaw feel? Often you can feel a lot of tightness in that jaw. Often just opening the mouth out wide can really make you want to yawn. So yawn away, it's great for you to yawn. Or just gently, tenderly deal with any parts of that jaw. Maybe even the cheeks that feel tender, just by gently tapping or rubbing. Nothing too intense, just a connection. We'll do one more either side. And then just coming back to that central position when you're rubbing, just if there's anywhere on your face you particularly want to tap, touch, feel, just next few deep breaths, just connect maybe around those cheekbones, eyebrows, temples, just checking in with the face, with that breath. Maybe those hands behind the back of the neck can feel quite nice. The base of that skull and the top of that vertebra. Just be gentle. breathe in both the eyes with your hands, fingertips. And then from there, just bringing those hands out wide again, just ensuring those shoulders are anchored down. And we did this one last time where we inhaled, and as we took that breath in, we're trying to laterally expand those lungs, and at the same time also expand our fingertips. So we're lengthening through our fingers to the tips of the fingers. So lengthen the fingers. So as if your fingertips are going to touch those walls either side of you with that inhale breath. And when you've reached full inhale, exhale slowly, allow yourself to soften, surrender, let those fingers just naturally curl back in. Try and release any tension. And then when you're ready, breathe in again. And breathe out. So you're just finding your rhythm. Three more. Each inhale, extending, lengthening, expanding. And each exhale, releasing, softening, letting go. One more. And then from there, we're just going to stretch out the chest, the shoulder here. So we're going to take hold of our right wrist with our left hand and reach up as high as we can, trying to keep the shoulder down on the ground. And every time we inhale, we're going to breathe in and extend and lift, using this left hand to help lift and lengthen. So not lift up high, but lift away from the body. And then with each exhale, we're going to encourage the shoulder to sink deeper into the mat, the back of the arm, into the mat. Just really opens up the shoulder. And again, find that natural ebb and flow for you. That inhale, lengthening, extending, attending to the sensations, that breath, and then the exhale, releasing, letting go, befriending to the experience. So making sure you can always attend and befriend with each inhale, exhale. If it becomes too intense, soften. Don't be so hard on yourself. Want to get the breath in. We want to gently lengthen. Work with where our body is today. Last one this side. And then when we next exhale, just release completely. Maybe bring those arms back down to the center. If you want to wriggle in those shoulder blades, you can, in those hips. If you want to yawn, you can. I don't know if that's just me. And then from there, you take that right hand over that left, reaching up. One side can feel so different. You can allow this right side, that elbow to just flex, anchor down. And then with that inhale, you're extending that left arm. And with each exhale, you're softening, releasing. And ideally, we're looking to get the back of the shoulder, the arm down. But for some of us, this is just too intense. That range of movement isn't there yet. So just work where you can breathe deeply. Perhaps focusing particularly on that exhale, releasing, letting go. Don't try and force it. And if you are someone who's got the whole arm on the back shoulder on that ground, fully down, then maybe you can take it deeper. You can inhale and extend that a little bit more. This is really personal to you. It's healing and restoring what you need right now. Keep coming back to that breath. Remember how we want to expand laterally. Let our lungs fill up, our bellies fill up, our bodies fill up with chi, energy. Then we want to exhale and let go of any stale, stagnant energy. Let it release. Exploring where that tension is. Not reacting to it, but exploring it. Last 2 breaths here. And then this time when you're ready, we're going to inhale, just bring those arms up. And we're going to pull now. So keeping hold, right hand of that left wrist. We're going to pull this arm over. Now again, we want to try and keep as much of that shoulder down as possible. Well, sorry, not the shoulder down. We're pulling the shoulder over, but as much of the back down as possible. So we are using our right hand to extend through this left arm. And then as we exhale, we're just trying to soften, release and surrender. So you should feel this stretch through that shoulder. For some of us it'll be the front. For some of us it'll be around that back. Try and encourage the shoulders to stay away from those ears. Close those eyes, soften that breath. For this one you could stay looking just straight up towards the ceiling or closing the eyes but sort of facing towards the ceiling. Unless you find it more comfortable to look towards your hands. Now really breathe into the body here. And as you breathe in, really use that right hand to pull that left arm, extending through, creating space in that upper back shoulder. And then as you exhale, just release, soften. Soften your grip on the exhale. Soften your jaw, forehead. And breathe in, big deep breath. Find that rhythm that's working for you. Let's do 2 more this side. Okay, and when you're next ready to inhale, just bring these arms up above that chest area and then swap. So the left takes the right wrist, pull it over. You can flex that left elbow and you're aiming to pull this arm down and try and keep as much of that upper back down as you can. So again, working with what you've got quite a lot of tension in my shoulder. So I struggle with these poses. But they're good, that's what we need them for, to work on trying to release, relax, exhale. So just work with where you are, with that inhale, it's really extending, pulling, and then with that exhale, just releasing, letting go. Keep coming back to the breath. Allow the breath to guide you. Allow the breath to help you decide whether you should be pulling a little bit harder, or if actually you should be doing less. Listen. Listen to your muscles. Listen deeper beyond your muscles as well. Listen to your fascia, your tendons, your ligaments. Listen to your breath. Two more deep breaths this side. And then when you're next ready to breathe in, make sure it's with your rhythm, your flow. Just bring those arms back up. And then with an exhale, just drop them behind. Reach out, big yawn if you want. And then bring them out to the side. Okay, so I want to add a twist here. And I'm going to use a bolster. And feel free if you want to use something similar or a couple of cushions. So what we're going to do is extend our right leg, and it's a twist, so we're exhaling and bringing the left knee over, and we're going to support, unless your left knee will come down to the ground but not take your shoulder miles off. So for me, this support just makes things a little more comfortable as well, which means we can breathe a little bit better. And the foot is coming towards that right knee, so the foot can rest on your right knee. Ideally trying to keep that right leg extended, but again you can bring softness to the knee. And try to anchor the shoulder down as much as possible. But again, if there is space as we breathe, sometimes we can help release this space. And also we'll be doing some movement with this arm in a minute as well. But first of all, I just want you to take a few deep breaths, really breathing in laterally. And at the moment, just focusing up towards that ceiling, but keeping the eyes closed. And listening to our breath. Now we're going to add a windmill stretch here. So with this, what I want us to do is bring our left hand arm in towards the body, so it's near the buttocks, back, lower back. And then as we inhale, we're going to bring this arm up as high as we can, keeping the shoulder down as much as we can. And we breathe in, coming up, 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 up. And it's called a windmill. And then we exhale, just bringing the arm across. And then dropping it back down to the sides. Keep the palm facing up. Inhale. I always go till my arms near my ear, then I exhale. Just kind of release, let go and let it drop back down. Inhale. This allows you to kind of accept where your shoulder is as well. So for some of us where it is coming off, it's okay, you know, focus with the breath. It's great for those tight muscles. And for those of us, if that shoulder's nice and down, this can be great too, just to really reach it up, open, expand in that area, lovely for the upper chest. So again, once you've kind of got that momentum, that rhythm, close your eyes and just work with your breath. Allow your right arm to sink, drop down into that mat. Allow your facial muscles to relax. Allow your left knee to sink into that bolster or cushion or floor, wherever it is. And just work with that breath. So as much as possible, keeping the back of the hand on that floor for as long as you can. And then obviously when you come over the body, it's going to come off that floor. Exhale, let the hand drop. Arm faces up. The circle starts again. Couple more. And then this time, when you inhale, I want you to bring the arm up as high as you can. Now this right hand, I want you to place on your left rib cage. So this is quite intense. We'll just be here for a few deep breaths. So as you inhale, you lengthen, extend, and then as you exhale, you sort of push gently your rib cage, left side of your rib cage down towards the ground. And you inhale again. And with that hand there, you can feel, try and push that hand away. So you can really feel that breath coming in. And then exhale gently, pushing that rib cage down, encouraging the shoulder to sink further down. Let's stay here for 4 more deep breaths. Allowing the breath to dictate, so keep coming back to it, keep having faith in it. Last one here. And then when you're ready, just inhale, gently bring that left knee up, and then bring that right to join. And then just anchor those shoulders, wriggle them into the mat. You may want the bolster, the other side now, or a pillow. So this time, we extend our left leg, and we take our right knee over. And we want to rest the foot kind of on that knee. And just again, you might need a bolster, maybe a cushion. One side can be very different. I'm going to use a bolster today. And then we're going to allow this left arm to anchor, either an L or a straight arm, whichever you prefer. And just take a few deep breaths. You can stay looking to the ceiling, or if you prefer, you can look towards your right hand. Sorry, I've got a really yawny body tonight. So, taking a few deep breaths. And then we're going to get ready to start windmilling the right arm. So bring it in close to the body. It's quite a nice place to start, back of the hand. And inhale, bring it up and around, trying to keep that shoulder down for as long as we can. Coming up. Now is probably a good time to look straight in front rather than your right. And then obviously when we come to the body, we've got to take that arm off. Bring it over, just let it go. Exhaling. Dropping that hand down and then turning the palm back up. Inhale. Exhale. Slow, steady. Trying to keep that shoulder down as much as possible, and also that knee. But not giving yourself a hard time if it comes up or off, just being aware. You need to slow it down a little. How different does this side feel to the other? Couple more. Do you find it easier to relax more one side than the other? Do you find it easier to let go one side more than the other? So this time when you inhale, reaching up as far as you can with the shoulders remaining on the ground. So feel that point where it lifts off and then bring it back to where you can anchor it down. Be different for each and every one of us. Then when we found that, bringing the left hand onto that right rib cage and then breathing deeply. First few breaths might be a little challenging. into that lung space. Push that left hand away. Let it be as natural for you as it can be. Last 2 breaths here. And then when you're ready, just inhale slowly, bringing your leg back up, your right leg back up, then the left. Then maybe if you just want to take the arms out nice and wide, T-shape, anchor those shoulders down, and then just exhale, just some gentle spinal twists from side to side. And then when you're ready, just inhaling, coming back up, resting those hands back on the belly, and just taking a few deep breaths to finish. Now if you want to, you could extend those legs and come into Shavasana for a little bit longer, or as long as you need. These big chest openers can sometimes actually take more out of you than you realise, and it's quite good to just allow the body to digest this opening, this process that you've just let in. So just feel free to stay for as long as you wish to. Thank you very much for joining me for part 2, Easter gift. Take care. Namaste.